going on, guys? Sports Runs on Diesel back at you here with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the NFL season and how it has gone so far. But with that being said, obviously the Tennessee Titans and the Vikings shut down their facilities due to COVID-19 as 3 players and 5 coaches on the Tennessee Titans contract the virus. And so far, no one in Minnesota has contracted the virus. Obviously, this is a couple days after the news came out, or a day after the news came out. So I'm a little late getting to the news, but will we see this progress? There's a very good possibility of that. No matter which route these organizations go down, there's going to be some form of risk no matter what. So it's just how they deal with it and how they prevent it from spreading. So before they shut the whole league down again. So it's hopefully that won't happen. But as of right now, it looks like Tennessee and Minnesota have it under wraps. Everyone's been tested, retested. And it looks like right now no one in Minnesota has contracted it. And no one else outside of the 8 in Tennessee has contracted it in addition. So that's a good thing. But, I mean, what a fantastic start to the NFL season here. And the real question is, will we see Russell Wilson win the MVP? I mean, it's bound to happen, and it looks like this year it is going to happen. I mean, the numbers speak for itself. Over 75% completed passes, over 900 yards passing so far, which is not the best statistics when you compare it to Dak Prescott, who's thrown for almost 1,200 yards in the first 3 weeks of the NFL season. And to me, I don't know what else Russell Wilson has to do to win the MVP. I really don't know, because honestly, in his whole entire NFL career, he has not received a single MVP vote. A single MVP vote. And you guys have seen Russell Wilson over the years. He is a fantastic quarterback with unbelievable deep ball accuracy and is an improviser who loves to, he reads the blitzes very well, and he's able to take off and run for first downs and use his legs when he needs to use them. So I can't believe Russell Wilson's gone this long without a single vote for MVP. And I think this is the year it's going to happen. Like I said, 14 touchdowns, 1 interception, over 75% completions. That 14 touchdowns is an NFL record for most touchdowns in the first 3 games of the NFL season. So he is off to a fantastic and hot start. But now, hold on, you can make a case for other NFL quarterbacks here. And there's only really 3 other quarterbacks right now that I see that are, I mean, yes, you got Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson looked mediocre against the Kansas City Chiefs. And you give credit to the Kansas City Chiefs defense. They made him look bad. I think he only threw for like 96 yards maybe or something like that. He didn't even throw for 100 yards. I mean, he rushed the ball as he normally does. He rushed for over 80 yards. But to me, the Baltimore looked bad against the Kansas City Chiefs. And, I mean, they marched right down the field on the first possession of the game, got the field goal, but, you know, Patrick Mahomes and company, I mean, Patrick Mahomes threw for 4 touchdowns, rushed for 1, and I'm kind of shocked at, but here's a good statistic for you. Lamar Jackson has never won a game in his short NFL career. He has never won a game. I think he's 0-7 now when he faces a 10-point or more deficit. When he's up by 10 or more points, he's practically undefeated. I think he's like 21-1 or 21-0 or something like that when he has a 10-point or more lead. But when he faces a 10-point deficit or more, he is 0-7. So keep that in mind when that is a great betting statistic against Lamar Jackson. If you see them with a 10-point deficit, it's a good thing that it's really a bad thing if you're Lamar Jackson, because now people are going to start questioning you and how you're able to win. Are you able to get your team to come back in these ball games and win comeback games? Right now it hasn't happened, and I don't know if we're going to see it happen with the way he plays football, but he's got to throw to his wide receivers more, get Hollywood Brown, get Mark Andrews more involved. I mean, I know he threw the touchdown to Boyle, but it's like, come on, guys. Like, he has to do a better job throwing the football. I mean, better job throwing the football. And he is a great accurate thrower. He uses his legs extremely well, but in my opinion, I mean, after last week, I'm a little skeptical about Baltimore right now, especially with Pittsburgh in the same division. Pittsburgh looks fantastic right now. That defense looks great. So, but we can always obviously throw Lamar Jackson in there if you wanted to. But Aaron Rodgers, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He's completed over 2/3 of his passes. Josh Allen is a secret in disguise. He is floated under the radar. He's the only other player other than Dak Prescott that's thrown for over 1,000 yards so far this season. 10 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's thrown for he has completed over 70% of his passes. I really like the case for Josh Allen, and he's rushed for a few touchdowns too. So, and he utilizes his legs as well. So, the Buffalo Bills, we could talk about them all day long, and how in my personal opinion, even though some of us think the Patriots are going to win it, Buffalo's got a really good case. They're undefeated right now. They're 2-0 in the division, but they played the Jets in Miami. We will wait to see how they play against the New England Patriots. And I think their first matchup is not until like middle of the season, like week 9, week 10 or something like that. So there's going to be a lot of games played before we find out who ultimately is going to win this division. But Josh Allen is playing fantastic. I mean, with the addition of Stephon Diggs, I mean, now he's throwing the ball even better than ever. He's throwing it with confidence, which is a huge thing, in my opinion, when you got guys who are 250 plus pounds, 300 pounds, and they're running 4.5, 4.6, I mean, not 4.5, but like 4.6, 4.7, 40-yard speeds at you. I mean, he has played fantastic starting this season. And then there's obviously Patrick Mahomes. I mean, how can you overlook this guy after his performance against the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football? Threw for 4 touchdowns. I love what Patrick Mahomes has done so far, but the biggest thing with all of this is injuries. Like, can everyone stay healthy? Because obviously we got more injuries that came up in week 3. We had Dallas Goddard, out of the Philadelphia Eagles, who fractured his ankle, which means now Zach Ertz is the number one. I mean, he really is the number 1 tight end on the Philadelphia Eagles, but Dallas has been sneaking in there and getting more red zone touches than Zach Ertz, So I think Dallas is a really good tight end. Unfortunately, he's going to be sidelined for an unlimited amount of time right now with a fractured ankle, which makes Zach Ertz the number 1 target at the tight end position. And if you have him in fantasy leagues like I do, put Zach Ertz in your starting lineup, because he's going to get more looks, more red zone targets. And what is going on with Carson Wentz? Let's just start there too. I'm going to just open up that can of worms, because I think Carson Wentz he's played worse than Daniel Jones. He's played worse than Gardner Minshew. He's tied in the NFL for most interceptions in the league right now at 6. And he just doesn't look well. Now, I will say this. They should have won again Cincinnati. Unfortunately, a false start on the special teams there forced them to move back out of field goal range, and it ends in a tie. I like what Joe Burrow's doing in Cincinnati. I think he's had a couple of good starts so far this season. But Carson Wentz is a big story here. We know how good he was coming out of college, how good he was his first couple of years before he got hurt. And he still is a good quarterback, but this year he just is off to a very slow start and just can't get anything going offensively. And then obviously there's Tariq Cohen with the torn ACL that they confirmed after their win over the Atlanta Falcons. And this is just a week coming after Tariq Cohen's 3-year extension. He just signed a 3-year extension because this is the last year of his rookie contract with the Chicago Bears. I think it's going for over $17 million or something like that for 3 years, which is, if you break it down, it's $5.75 million a year plus all the, there's guaranteed money and if he stays healthy. But obviously this year, he's not going to be healthy for the rest of this season, but he's still under his rookie contract. So that 3-year extension won't start until next season. But making the case for Russell Wilson, obviously, right now, because apparently no one else has made the case for him. And, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys about Russell Wilson. I don't know what else Russell Wilson has to do to show people that vote for the MVP that, hey, this is a guy that should be the MVP for a long time coming. And surprising he hasn't received one single MVP vote is kind of mind-boggling to me. And some of you guys are probably raising your eyebrows right now like, really? No way. So, but with all that being said, thank you guys so much for your time. Stay tuned for more stuff coming up. Obviously, we got the NBA Finals starting up Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Lakers and Heat. I will come back. I will let you guys figure out who you think I'm going to pick. It should be I'm a little obvious on that. But with that being said, I thank you guys so much for your time. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, or if you're on Facebook, please like the page. Instagram, please follow me. I'm trying to get back and posting videos every other day or every week or so, trying to get back into the rhythm of giving you guys good content and stuff. So thank you guys so much for your time. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Deuces.